one, and I don't know. Let me see if I can get it to come into view. It's really not, is it? Aw, that's a bummer. There we go. There we go. So I have a little bit more drying time, a little bit more playing time than if you use the 3-step method. But let me show you how I do it. So this is already, I have my builder gel on, and then I have my UNT pill base. So that's how I was able to pop this off really fast so I could get it done. I do have dark soles. Now, I just used my old one. It is contaminated, so you're going to see some sparkles in it that should not be. But this is from Diva Dips. And then we also have Summer Loving. Summer Lovin'. So there's that one with all the flakies. I love that. So that will be the little pink stripe that you will see run through. So the first thing I do when you have peel base on, you don't want anything to come up off of it. So you've got to put a base layer down. Oops. I'm already going to spill it. So I'm going to do that really quick, and then I'm going to cure it. So let's see. And so what I like with gel, now this one I'm not going to pour over. I am just going to dip my finger into it. I just need something, a foundation laid down. So when I go to pull the tape up and stuff, it's not going to pull that whole nail up because I do have the peel base on it. And on the peel base, I use it over builder gel. It seems to stick a little bit better. Just kind of cleaning up the edges with a marbling tool. That's what this is. And my edges, I don't have to be too perfect. I just want to get that layer down. And so I'm going to cure it for just a minute or so. Well, I lied. It's not going to be a minute. It's going to be a little bit longer. So for the color blocking, this is just some tape, like masking tape stuff. That's what this is. And then this is a paintbrush. It's a really tiny little paintbrush. And so that's what we're going to do our gel, how we're going to paint it on. I'll show you that in a minute. I have already, I'll probably need to refresh it, some builder gel. Some dipping gel in here. And so that's what we're going to use to be a little bit more precise. I did not get my tweezers, so we're going to need tweezers. And we're going to need some scissors. And this should be good to go. All I'm going to do is just file down just a little bit. See, like I missed a spot there of this base layer, and that's okay. I like to file as I go. Just something I prefer to do. That way in the end, and you can see how some of that peel base came off too as I filed. That's okay. I put peel base around my skin to try to prevent the black from getting on it so much. In fact, if this weren't a live video, I would stop and reapply it. However, I'm not going to take the time to do that, but it will be okay. It'll stick anyway. So the first thing you want to do, that's so gross, got a little hair in there. Okay, the first thing you want to do, I'm thinking of the order I did it in. I did the black first. And in order to get the tape to stick to my nail, because this is now rough, is I put a top coat on. It sticks better. Look at me shake because I'm in a hurry. Woohoo! I don't even drink caffeine and I'm shaking. Okay, so we're going to put a top coat on to make it slick again. I know, so many steps. But this is what you need to do with your, to get your tape to stick initially and then to get it off before. Now I cure it sometimes and I don't have a problem with it. So I'll show you. I did 2 layers of mine on there. 2 layers of the black, 2 layers of the pink. Let's see here. was looking for my rubbing alcohol. Usually I have a bottle of isopropyl alcohol. And so I am going to spray some and just make sure that that surface is nice and slick and clean with the isopropyl alcohol. Okay, now that we got that down, and now we have a surface for our tape to stick. And this is, like I said, it's a masking tape type thing. I got a roll of them, if I can even get it open. I like to work with this better. Is that it? We can sit here all day trying to find the end. There's no telling. Oh my gosh. There it is right there, I think. If not, we're fixing to make a new end to it. Yep, we're just going to make a new end. I can't find it. Just when I think it's it, it's like a wrinkle. Oh, maybe that was it, huh? Jeez. Okay. Woohoo! Now it's going to twist. Okay, so here we have just a piece off. And then we hit the camera. That's a necessity. So I need my end to be straight on this. So I just went ahead and recut it instead of, you know, making it whatever. Okay. So literally I'm going to stick one part right here. I'm going to wrap it around. That's how I did it, but you know what? You could actually just do it like this. Cut it off. And then you have the straight edge on that side. So we're going to flip it around. And then we're going to have a straight edge on that side. And they're a little crooked. See if I can line it up a little bit better. Last time I angled it when I did my my test nail, I angled it. It was kind of cooler looking. Okay. You know what? I just really want it to stick down. I don't care anymore. Okay. No perfection there, right? Now, the one thing you want to do is you want to make sure that there's a good seal so you don't get any product underneath. And now we're going to do the black. So, now with black, using the gel dip method, you have to do thin layers or it will not cure. I am only going to do one layer for you just to show you, because you can see the result right here. And just for one nail, it is kind of a lengthy process, because I typically would not have put a base coat on it, any of that. So I want to make sure that it's in those edges right there. Last time I had, I guess, a little gap that my little brush missed. Okay, here we go. I think it's truly saturated, ready to go. I don't know why I poured it in here first. At least it got a good shake up. And that's important, to shake it up before you use it. Okay, now I'm going to pour it over, and I'm trying not to get it on my sidewalls and stuff, just because black can be staining. It's a pain in the butt sometimes, but it's so pretty. And the one by Diva Dips is so dark, so it's got so much depth to it. So typically I would not, I would go ahead and put it under lamp. And sometimes you have to fight with the tape to come off when you do that. Sometimes you don't. So let's go ahead and put it under the lamp with the tape on it. And then after that, we are going to take the tape off, and then we're going to do the Summer Lovin'. And the Summer Lovin', we are actually going to dip into it, because I want to make sure that I pick up all those flakies that you see in there. And usually with the gel method, we don't dip into it. We pour into it because your gel can slide. But like I said, on this one, I want to make sure that I get those flakies. And sometimes when you pour over, they don't stick like they should. Okay, it's all stirred up. I'm going to get my tweezers ready. I'm going to get my paintbrush ready. It's still not dry. That's the bad part about this, is it takes a little bit to dry it. Sorry about the camera moving. My phone is charging, so that's why it moved a little bit. So I have two toothbrushes that I use when I do like official, like little videoing. I get out the pretty stuff. but in honesty, this is what I use. 2 toothbrushes. My orange is for my dark colors, which is what I'm fixing to pull out now. And then my yellow one is for my lighter colors. I have used the same brush and then brushed a darker color with it, and it has stained my brush, and then I brushed it on the next color that was lighter, and it had a black streak through it. So I learned that lesson. Oh, look, I still have some more dip. Let me see how it's doing. We are almost there. We have one little sticky part left, but that sticky part's really on the edge, so it really wouldn't matter too much if I didn't get it all off, if I didn't get it all cured, because we won't be using that part. We'll be using right in the middle. But like I said, dark colors, especially black, you have to be a little bit more patient with them because they will not cure if you put them on heavy. So I try to do my thinnest layers I can get, and I found out that the Diva Dips by K, really, this black is a one black layer almost. I go ahead and do 2, but it really could be a 1 black layer. Okay, so I have cured it, and it is, yeah, it's cured. We're going to move this aside so I don't get it in it. So you should be able just to pick it up. You could use your tweezers if you wanted and pull it right off. Have a little bit of lifting, but that's okay. So I'm not worried about that lifting that you saw, because in the end I will come back. Oh, that lifting was from the tape. Haha. If you do get some imperfections, you can come back over it. Nothing is set in stone yet, especially when you have peel base on. Those suckers just peel off. So my lines are pretty good. I like that. Here's the trick that I do, that I use. Because now I don't want, and you know what? I didn't even go around my cuticle lines. I apologize. So I didn't, did I? Nope. Totally missed that one. Well, it's partly because I did have the peel base on. I'm just going to clean them up really quick. And this is one way to clean up those cuticle lines. Now, I will show you the difference. This one is well seasoned. This one does not. And the edges are really sharp. So I wouldn't be doing this if I had a brand new file. So in the end, I will get all that's left on there that's stubborn right now and won't come off. I will get it with rubbing alcohol, and I do have an e-file. And so I will barely come in the end and get that off a little bit. Okay, that's good enough. So that looks pretty good. So the first thing that I do, I'm going to make sure to kind of wipe it off. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and seal this. So I don't have any cleanup really to do. And it's not that hard to do because my lines, these lines are very straight. So literally, see how easy that is? And we're just painting back over where the black is. That's all we're doing. We're going to seal that black. You can't always do it because if you've got little tiny lines or anything like that. So it looks like I haven't missed any spots. Looks pretty good. I did get some on the side there, so I'm going to clean it up with my isopropyl alcohol. Oh, that brush is too stiff. I guess I didn't get all the stuff out of it. Oops. So all I'm doing is cleaning up the top coat of gel. And then we're going to cure it. I'm not too worried if I got a little on the inside where my bare nail is of the top coat. It's not that big of a deal. Okay. So now here comes the real key to doing this. And if anyone has a better method, let me know. My brush is kind of stiff. I guess I didn't get all of it out last time. That's a bummer. See if I can get some of it out right now. Or get it kind of softer. Now, this is just a brush from Michael, so I'm not too worried about being heavy with it. Okay, so there we have it cured. Nice and cured down. So now you're going to take your dipping gel. You can use any base coat, by the way. You don't have to use Mia Secret dipping gel to do the dip gel method. You just need a base coat. And I've even seen where people are now using a top coat as base coat. So I don't know. So you saw I just dipped it in a little bit because you want to keep those layers thin. You don't want to flood it still. And you literally, see how tiny my brush is? You just come down. I'm not worried. Sorry. I try not to get it on the sides, but I'll show you in a minute how we'll clean it up if you did. See, I got that one on the side. We're going to go ahead. Well, let's go ahead and clean it up a little bit so we don't have so much. So you got to make sure that your brush is really not wet, sopping wet. Okay. We're going to go ahead and dip. And this is what it looks like. Looks like a mess. And to be honest, I'm sure it is. All my brushes are stiff. Bet I laid them down and didn't come back in. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to remove that. And you can kind of see where it's sticking. See how it's sticking a little bit to the black? We're just going to brush it off. Now, I don't know that I would do this method on every single nail. It does take a while. I mean, if you have the time, but I liked it for the accent nail. And just take your time cleaning those edges up. Because if that is gel on there, it will stick to your black. There. Okay, we have one more. And then we'll go back and look and make sure. One more spot right here. Okay. There we go. Looks pretty good. I'm just coming around. Now if we miss some, we can file it down. It's not, just get as much as you can. It's not a complete loss if you don't. And then once it's dry, I will take the excessive powder off. So let's go ahead and cure it. And then we should be good to put the top coat on it. Unless you got some on the black. And if you did, file it down just a little bit. Because remember, that black has your top coat on it. So you're not going to file into the black unless you're really aggressive with your filing. All you're doing is just filing it off, literally off this top coat. I'm going to put this over to the side. And like I said, this is a quick video. So I would do 2 layers of both. Okay. Then I take, this is just me, a little bit of isopropyl alcohol. And we're going to clean it up around the edges. Just dab it a little bit, not much, because you don't want it to absorb it. You just kind of want to see what you're working with. If you've got anything, like I've got a little bit of pink right there. If I really wanted to get technical and get it off, I absolutely could. I don't even know if you can see it. Right there, I've got a little bit of pink. So, literally just filing it just ever so much. Okay. Yep, cleaned it up. Then you're going to put your top coat on. And I am just the one that likes like a lot of gloss on my top coat. So I usually put a lot on. But then again, you put a lot on, you got to cure it on. Do 2 thin layers. That's really the best approach to it. And we should have a nail that's good to go after this. So all you would do is you would keep the tape on again and do your second layer, and then you would come back with, take it off and then do it with pink again. So that's exactly, you would do 2 layers of pink, 2 layers of black, 2 layers of pink. And then you should be good to go at that point. And then in the end, I always, always, always wash my hands with soap and water. Dawn, actually. I do it before I do a mani too. And then now you should be able just to wipe all of that off. Just comes right on. And then we would clean this up. I'm not going to do it for the sake of time. But there you go. There's 2 nails done with that striping tape method. I hope you found this helpful. Remember, don't forget to subscribe. Tell all your friends, your aunts, your uncles, your cats, your dogs. They can all subscribe too. Thanks for watching. Bye.